Okay, it looks like we're away. Well, good morning, Wananalua Congregational Church, and all those who are watching online, watching on the YouTube version of this. We have a special interfaith, interdenomination service today, May 17. We have a wonderful bulletin that has been given to us to print out for our different churches, and so I've given those in attendance this morning, as well as we have some media online, some worship songs and some other videos that they prepared that people will be able to access. So we'll make that available in the comment section below or on the bottom of the screen if I can figure out how for you to link into that. But I want us to just say a quick announcement or update. You have been seeing some of the updates from Mayor Victorino and from Governor Ige, almost called him Emperor Ige, I don't know why I say. But we have a stay at home or a safer at home order that's been issued all the way through now the end of May to June 1st. And he's saying it differently now. It's safer at home, saying that, you know, there's going to be some scheduled rephase openings as we go through and really just kind of an experiment to see how they can implement new safety measures and social distancing and all of these new terms we've been thrown at. But we'll see how the churches are affected by this as we go. I think this is the attempt by the government and by society at large for us to kind of phase back into a new normal. And we have access to masks, we have access to washing stations, and people are really doing a great job of cleaning before and after. I couldn't believe it when I was at Walmart, the self-checkout stands, and how quick the lady was like, you know, wash everything down before each bag, and then I finished, and then she came in and wiped everything. I was like, wow. So people are really, really ratcheting up their precautions, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like people are taking it serious on the side of the businesses, on the side of the ones who are being allowed to stay open, essentials businesses, and the new businesses. So I want to encourage you to play along, to be civilly obedient, to all this. I think it's in our advantage to practice these together to keep each other safe. And as you saw, there's some churches are going to be able to do an in-car meeting. I guess they're going to have people come into the church parking lot in their cars and have a service like that. Some churches are geared up to do that. I don't think that's something that we can do. I think for us it's going to be more continuing to do this service and hope that more people will come as they feel safer and safer until we're really able to fully reopen. But as of now, we have the front doors shut and we just have the essential cast here. And we're so grateful for Mayumi, for Nani, for Max, having someone from each of our boards and from our worship committee there, and then also for Masu being here to give me someone to preach to and to have prayer requests for. I appreciate it. Some pastors have been talking about how it's hard if you only have one person to preach to because you feel like you're scolding them or something, or they're being singled out. And that's not our intention to do that. So it's wonderful to have a couple of faces to toggle back through so that we have that sense of group. Okay, so I want to say these words of welcome, and then we'll go ahead and introduce this idea of Mental Health Sunday. It says, welcome on behalf of the Council of Conference Ministers. We welcome you to worship this day. No matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. In this season of Eastertide, in the midst of this global pandemic, we are grieving. We are anxious. We experience highs and lows as we try to stay at home and stay safe. We do not grieve as though without hope, however. We have hope that the resurrected Christ will accompany us today and always. We hope in the goodness of human community to work for the common good. So welcome today to the time of worship. May it be a blessing to you and all of us. Welcome. We have a section in here if you want to follow along. It's called Mental Health Sunday. How many of us are doing mentally healthy leave? we get enough adverbs in there today. Yeah, I think all of us feel the general anxiety that's around us, right? And we're all having to shoulder that load and figure it out. But I'm really glad that we have a chance to look at some good principles of mental health. So if you want to follow along, we'll go ahead and read that. It says the timing of this worship video is in the month of May 2020. And during this month of May in the United Church of Christ, we honor Mental Health Sunday. This year it is marked as May 17. Regardless of the date, we honor and celebrate our siblings in Christ who struggle with mental illness. Individuals caught in the grip of mental illness are all around us. They are our friends, our co-workers, our family members, parishioners. They are us. We are beautiful in our gifts, our love, our talents, our wisdom, our play. And then we are not so lovely. We are needy or angry, withdrawn or unreliable, demanding, ungrateful, or unendingly sad. And we are beloved children of God just the way we are. In the United Church of Christ, we embrace three core values: God's continuing testament, extending extravagant welcome, and changing lives. All three of these values are lived out well as we affirm that mental health and wellness are components of human health and wellness. And then we create practices, advocate for policies, and seek out leadership, not just inclusion. That ends stigma around mental illness and supports holistic approaches to health and wellness. We welcome to worship. May you be blessed in the whole being by the gifts and graces of God offered here. Isn't that nice? As we really have to work together to remove the stigmatism, that kind of negativity that we have, that there are certain members who are struggling with mental or emotional illnesses, and that they're part of us, that they're to be included. That's how God has authored them and put them together, and being able to cherish them and to be able to see the gifts that God has made in them is part of our job to embrace and to discover. Okay, so now we're going to have Nani come up and lead our call to worship. We'll follow along with her. She'll do the one portion, and we'll do the many.
I will be the one. Okay, members, read the many part, and I will read the one part. When we feel isolated and alone, oh God, your words comes to us.
I will not leave you orphan.
When we face an uncertain future, the Bible reminds us,
we walk by faith, not by sight.
When we are scared and anxious, we hear your whisper.
Be not afraid, for I am with you.
We come to this time of worship, remembering the promises of our God, strengthened in hope and saturated with holy love.
Hallelujah,
hallelujah, hallelujah.
Okay. Well, I have this song brought up on the website here, but I'm not sure that we're strong enough to play. So what I'd like us to do is listen to this song. This song is really beautiful. It's done by a number of churches throughout the islands, and I played it with Mayumi just briefly, and so we kind of have it together for that. So we'll go ahead and look at that together. And what I'll probably go ahead and do is just pause the video here and